Hello everybody, it's HeroicLegend here, and this is a little bit new. Whether this is going to be a staple random or not, all depends on up to how I feel about the game going onwards, and if I would rather keep this as a potential Let's Play or not. Honestly, for the Salt series of games, I don't think I have much I can do for Let's Playing them, due to the fact that I get very focused when I'm playing them because they're Souls-likes, and I struggle with commentating that because I want to focus, and as I'm sure many YouTubers have said in the past, it's, it tends to be a 50-50 split between commentary and gameplay, and sometimes it's really hard to focus on either 50. Like, one's going to probably suffer because of the other, because doing a perfect 50-50 is very hard. I did get this on the Epic Game Store, and I'm going to reserve any and all comments about that for probably another video, if ever. But I want to talk about the game and the differences it's had compared to its previous one. Namely, I'll just do this by showing you a quick how the character creator is. So, very similar art style. Obviously, they've worked on the faces, they've worked on the bodies and how it looks. Armor is still, armor and weapons are still based off what skills you've gone through. Your classes are, of course, all somewhat different. You have the assassin, you have the cleric, you have the fighter, the duelist, the highblade, which is new, paladin, ranger, which I think is kind of new, or maybe the sage is the new one. So, on top of this, you see that we're lacking. You see that instead of gifts, we have a crime. And the crime pretty much changes what the extra item you're going in with is. I did this randomly for my character you're going to be seeing in a moment. But you have alchemy, which gives you 3 flasks of some sort. Arson, which I believe those are the fire bombs. Blasphemy, I don't actually know what that is. Brigandry, I think it's another dagger you can use for stabbing. But not like the ones you have there. I don't know what that is. It looks like possibly another refillable. It's probably related to, being drunk. Forgery, I'm almost certain, is an upgrade item. Same thing with possibly heresy, or it might be for special stuff. Lasciviousness, I don't actually know. This is the one I went with. Smuggling is definitely looks like a charm or something. Maybe it's another equipable. Same thing with... I ain't even going to try to pronounce that one. This one's another consumable, it would look like, because the ring has a little 1 next to it. This one might also be another upgrade item, or maybe something you can give it. Now, on top of that, everything else is pretty much standard for the character creator. But I do want to note this. Yes, we're going to cancel the creation, and we're going to go in as I explain everything, as I explain some more things. Because there's a lot of differences between this game and Salt and Sank, which was the previous title. That's one of them. So your flasks are now crafting things. You refill them when you sit down. You also have your own personal ammunition and ranged class of weapon. Every character has a ranged weapon and a melee weapon. Since I started with fighter, I have the axes, but I've also found throwing daggers and crossbows. You also basically have you always have something in your other hand. Be it an extra weapon, or a shield. Or I think you would be two-handing the weapon itself, but you still can block with it. Unfortunately, at least to my knowledge, with all the experimentation I've tried with, you cannot parry. And I have tried my hardest to see if there was a way to do that. I've looked all around and such. But yeah. The co-op has also changed. Obviously, you have networking that you can use so you can go play online with other people. So, this already caught my eye because in the OG Salt and Sank, to be more Souls-like, you had the parry option. You now just have blocking, but blocking goes for 100% instead of just, instead of blocking a variety of things, you just flat out block damage. And it shows you how much of your stamina it'll cost. So again, I could block 60%, but it also costs 35% of my stamina, 75%, 35%, all that type of stuff, right? I believe that can go up or down based off of your scaling. The armor you can equip, of course, you now have class 0 and class 1, 2, 3, etc. Which again, helps you roll, helps you do more. Ammunition, I think they're going to give you more possible ammunition that you can get, but ammunition, much like your flask, are also craftable / things that refill at your resting place, basically. This place that I'm at now is entirely safe. It is your Majula, your Firelink Shrine. There are no enemies in the area, you're just here. But it has the Dark Souls 2/1 mechanic of you must be unblighted, or I forget the wording that they use, in order to gain back your full HP bar. One of the things I'm glad is no longer here is I cannot hurt my overall stamina bar or my overall health bar. They don't go. I'm not wounded or fatigued. And I'm sure once magic becomes a thing, that's another thing. We have the charm, which I've noticed we use for our basically the punishing moves, which is when you stagger an enemy, and I believe you go up to them. I right now have 3 an amulet. And I have equipables here, which are like our charms and stuff, which can be upgraded and changed. That's one of the new additions they've added. You have less ring slots now, but again, you have a necklace, 2 rings, and then these 3. So you kind of do get you get at least 2 extra slots. And again, a possible 3rd one with the dagger here. Your items, although finite, you will basically always have knowledge of them. And what you have, because it will show you here, even if you use them up. This is the... Oh yeah, okay, so... Crush it to purge yourself of spell mark. When you have the blue health bar, when you have the blue part of your health bar, that's you being spell marked. So you can restore yourself using guiltless shards. Not that bad. Bloodberries take up the spot of red shards from the previous game. That person takes up the slot of being an asshat. Shrouds are no longer buffing items. They are for PvP. But I haven't been invaded or invited invading into my world. But here comes this next really big part of this. You're not just some guy who crashed on a beach. You are an Inquisitor. You hunt mages and you take their hearts, literally. You can also, I believe you can repeatedly fight them, and you can get other equipment by fighting their little minions and collecting drops from them. So far, I've encountered 3 mages, a fire one, a water one, and an ice one, which I didn't even engage with. I think that just kind of happened. As you can see, they can give you a new charm dagger, which again, gives you different effects. I haven't seen if this just automatically gives you something or not. I hope it does. I'm actually... Oh, you also get like little trophies which you can display in your tent. There's the amulet, which I actually might want. I actually didn't want to save up. This guy was annoying, but if I could get the... I wouldn't mind the armor set too, at least. Not the chest. Not the chest. Anything else I'd be fine with, but not the chest. I also do want the hammer. That's my own desires right there. But they've done a lot. They've added a lot too. You know, here's where you have your own equipment that you can upgrade. So if you like anything that you're starting with, that you found, you can upgrade it to make it stronger. I haven't decided if I'm going to upgrade anything yet. I'm still a little bit hesitant. Now, because I went into the game a bit, I have a new form of movement, which they have been experimenting with. So I actually do like that. It provides a lot of good opportunities to hide things in the game, which I do like. But for the most part, you get this after a bit, and here's where I come into my biggest criticism of Assault games in general. Actually, before that. So, previous Assault game, you needed to have a leader in your sanctuary to upgrade your flask, or you needed to go for the flask upgrade on your skill tree. That upgrade is no longer on your skill tree. You can only upgrade your flask by going here. You also don't have creeds that they swear to, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, but is there a creed that gives me like a faster one, or one that heals better but has a negative side effect, blah blah blah, whatever. You can upgrade your maximum ammunition and your maximum flask here. I love that, because it makes me feel like I'm progressing, and it makes me want to look around and explore more. Little things like that are renewable resources which you can always go to. I discovered this by playing a bit, and I'm super pumped with that. I'm absolutely living for that right now because of it. Here's your little co-op board where you can like put what's a classy? There we go. I can host if anyone puts up boy. I'm a child. Wait. I'm a child. Okay. But yeah, there's your co-op board if you wanted it. Here's the lady that you talk to, and then here's the newest thing. So I'm actually going to go back to the Ashbourne village real quick. I'm going to go see if I can hunt down any more mages, or if that ice mage is going to pop up again. Or I was going to offer my assistance too. Nope, that jerk is dead and gone. Good. Howdy doody. Cool. Later. Yep, everyone's favorite enemy in any game. Mr. I'm going to shoot you and aim at you, and by the time you get up to me, you've already taken at least 3 pot shots. Oh, hello, Mr. Tree. I have not gotten that item yet. I'm wondering if I'm missing something. Probably am. There is still fall damage. Ow. Frick. I actually have these as a backup. Because, oh goodness. You're not the only one who can be staggered. Enemies can too. My biggest gripe right now, if I honestly had to complain, would be the unfortunate case of having, you know, having to deal with the new attacking buttons. Oh, and enemies chase after you like that now. Oh, hang on. Alley-oop. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could... Ah! Them inputs. I promise you all, I was not this bad when I started yesterday. There we go. Ow. Ow. Hey, back, Brick. I mean, he still took a chunk out of my health bar, but you know. Oh, this is another thing I really like about the game. Boom! My ammunition's back. Now, I know already some people out there are going to be like, what's that? My challenge run is now... Ow. Do it again. That's how you attack, Sonny Jim. Thank you. Oh, there's also... I do have a very minor gripe. So, I'm going to show you that stuff like this, yeah. I'm just holding the left stick down. You need to be tilting slightly upwards if you want to go up slopes, but not too far that you just stop entirely. Ooh, oh my goodness, that was a very lucky find. Also, some of the enemies are a little bit more of a pain to deal with. Ow. And much like in Souls games, sometimes they just flat out don't care. You though. Oh, my axe from behind must have smacked her one. Good. He deserves it. More iron ore. Oh, there is also there's a run mechanic and technique too. Where'd he go? Where are the... Excuse you. Ah. Beep. And more shortcuts. That's one thing they've gotten definitely right about this game. I'm super pleased with it. I can't count the amount of times I've been like, alright, so it's been 3 years since I've seen my last Sanctuary, or even a mini one. Excuse you! Excuse you! Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Oh, no. No, 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 no. You leave me alone. No, really. Why are you here? I killed you! Excuse you, Mr. Hoppy. Ow. Oh, lovely. Just robbed me of some of my HP and left. Now, I can't actually explain that. I legitimately don't know why he just showed up. Oh, ma'am. You know, sometimes I feel like this armor does nothing. And I know it can be upgraded, but sometimes I'm just like, I'm wearing heavy armor. I should have more defense than this starting off. Oh yeah, you can do this now off the bat too. You don't need a rune for it. I'm down for it. I'm pretty pleased with that. You know what? I don't want to be here anymore. Actually, it might be in my best interest to just... I wonder if these have a better... Wait, why is this better than my axes? Excuse me? Well, that failed, but... Oh, this is so much better. Oh, this is so much better. Oh, it's chest. What's chest? Burp. Wooden scythe. That's actually a new way I can use. I'm actually a little sad because one of the weapons I was using in my Salt and Sanctuary playthrough on Switch was a scythe. I'm going polearm boy. I don't trust it. What do you mean locked? There's nothing else here. I have to come back here later, don't I? I think that answer is yes. Pretty sure down there's just pain. Well, I'm pretty much explored as much of this as I can. Time to take my fall damage. Oh. Ow. I guess there really isn't much left for me here, so maybe I actually should just go off and, you know, try that new area out. And devour one more name mage too. Now, here's an actual gripe of mine for the game. You can't pick where you return to when you're leaving and entering an area. You actually have to go and, well, basically you just gotta go to the spot, which is why the little shortcuts are super important. One thing I really do like, though, is they actually give you your own... You don't have to find them out in the world, but you get, for just leveling up, your own little points in... Sorry, I was just thinking to myself for a second. I can basically roll it back if I have to. And I'm eternally grateful for having that option. I'll let you know right now, one of the more frustrating aspects is like, well, I messed up, and now I have to wait until I actually find one of those gray pearls to literally change my oopsie. But now it's not a problem. Now I just gotta level up. If you ever had doubts about your self-worth, just remember, you're not those individuals who keep making that noise outside. Never, ever worry about yourself, because as long as you're not one of those individuals outside, you're a good person in my books. Alright, that's a bit of a... That's me being grumpy, but legitimately. As long as you're not those individuals who literally look at the time of night and go, yeah, I want to wake up small children. You're doing better than them, that's all I'm saying. So keep doing better than them and not being those people. Anyway, I think that's it for this first video for Salt and Sacrifice. I hope you all enjoyed it. Next one won't be as comparing the two games and such. I will probably make little gripes here and there, comparing old to new and new to old, but, you know, that's for hopefully not us. Besides, the biggest gripe of all is that I'm playing one on the Switch and one on my laptop. I'll give you 2 guesses as to why this might be a problem. If you answered because I'm using 2 different controllers, you're correct. Controller confusion exists here. It's so... It just breaks my brain sometimes to remember certain buttons, especially when I'm playing other games too. I'm going to go back to playing other and be like, why don't I have a throw button? Wait a minute, I don't have one. Anyway, that's all for this video. I just want to say thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you liked it, you know what to do. Much appreciated if you do. To the next video, I just want to say, laters.